is Blanche Blacke, Reverend Blanche Blacke from Chakra World Service today. And we are bringing forth guidance from Spirit and vibrating our energy field to be clear and clean, prepared to be in a meditative state this next month. Be in the dream state. This is the new moon in Pisces in the Western form of astrology, which connects to being in the dream state, sleeping more, being in that unconscious spiritual place where our soul, our inner being, is connecting with our heart's desire. The Buddha said, don't ask the mind, ask the heart. The mind has no answers, and the heart has no question. Either it feels good or not. Either you feel the love or the confusion. Either you feel the joy or the struggle to figure something out. There really is no figuring life out. There's being who we are, enjoying who we are. As Lillian was presenting earlier, being our unique self and presenting that to the world. Well, these are my ideas. These are my desires. This is what I want to create here. And knowing that we are all important. So many of us are trying to prove ourselves to other people. We are who we are. We're born to be who we are. Our soul knows who we are. We're born with all of our unique talents, our unique ways to add to, as Lillian was saying, our soup. The whole soup of the world is so varied. There's so much here. There's a catalog in the world. We could do, be, and have anything we want, anyone. Being who we really are. But we can't be who we're not. And so many of us are trained by well-meaning parents to do it their way, to be like them, that this is the right way to be. And it confuses our inner being. It confuses who we really are. No, wait a minute. I want to be this way. And then when we're trained as very young to know this is the right way to be, no, you can't be who you really are. You're not supposed to be that way. Then the inner being, the mind, it gets so confused. When our heart really knows, wait a minute, I'm born with these talents. I'm supposed to be that. I'm supposed to grow up, this little seedling that I am as a 3, 4, 5-year-old, I'm supposed to grow up to be just that. And when we be just that, our lives thrive. We thrive. Just like a plant who's planted in the right soil. If we're born being a certain way and we show that to the world and we're encouraged by our parents and loved ones and friends and we're encouraged to be that, then it adds more fuel to our uniqueness and we're going, yay, we're getting the proper feedback. I'm being me and they're saying yay. But if we're born to be an artist and we're drawing our beautiful pictures and we're so proud of what we've done and we show it to our parent or friend and they're too busy to see it, they're like, go away. Then the inner being starts to think, wow, maybe I'm not supposed to be who I am. Maybe I'm not supposed to be that. And then we squash that part of us. So we're born already knowing what we're supposed to be doing here. And yet we're trained to believe we're blank slates that somebody can train and you got to figure it out in the world to see what will make it, what will work, how am I going to make money? And not be who we really are. And then the soul suffers. The soul is struggling. Wait a minute, this doesn't make me happy. I'm supposed to be happy. I followed all the rules. I did what they said. And then some of us are teenagers or 19 or 20 and some of the rest of our lives is like, what am I supposed to be in the world? We're supposed to figure it out when we're 16. Okay, I've lived all my childhood and now I'm supposed to choose my career. No. We're born being who we are. These little seedlings are meant to grow up to be exactly who we are. To love what we're doing, to receive joy and confirmation from the world when we're really shining and being the beautiful plant that we are. Someone like Warren Buffett. You see him in the world, how happy and successful he is. Born, loving, reading the stock pages at 5 years old. Dreaming at 5 years old, wow, look at these stocks, and reading the newspapers at 5 years old, and I want to own this company, and I want to do this, and I want to do this at 5 years old. Unfortunately, he was born into a family of people who respected that. Now, what if he had been born into a family of musicians who wanted him to be a musician? What would have happened? No, you shouldn't read those stock pages. No, no, here, take these piano lessons. You got to be like me. He was left to be himself, encouraged being himself. Yay, yay. Do you think he is working and selling stocks and buying stocks now because he needs money? Do you think that's why he's still passionate about doing that? It's who he is. Being who he is. Somebody else is no better than you. All that money is no better than you. If you weren't born reading the stock pages, we are who we are. We're either nurtured or we're smashed. So the degree in which we're smashed as little children is a big healing process. It's huge to clear that slate and go, wait a minute, whatever age I am, who am I really? As Blanche Blacke popped out of the box singing and dancing and writing multimedia theater and presenting shows in the basement and inviting the whole neighborhood and selling tickets and filling the room with people to look at these creations that she created and going in the park and healing the plants and the birds and the squirrels and chanting the chants that she chants today were coming out of her at 5, 6 years old. Teaching the little boy next door how to speak English. And all these things she does today, to one degree or another. Happy being herself. And every one of us is born to be who we are. Wow, who am I really underneath all that faulty programming, all those things that are well-meaning parents, well-meaning. They want us to do well in the world. They want us to survive. We figured it out for me. Well, they should be able to do it that way too. No. If you're a bamboo plant born into a household of seaweed, they take the, Carrie, go in the water. You're going to grow better over there. It's ridiculous, right? And yet human beings think that's the right way. That we should all be the same in some way. Well, you can make money doing this. Well, yeah, if you really are meant to do that. You see people struggling in careers who don't make any money, can't make it work because it's not who they are. They weren't born to do that thing. So they struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. And all kinds of beliefs get in the way. So here we are. This is a wonderful month for clearing the whole slate and getting to the heart. What do I love to do? What turns me on? What makes me feel passionate? What idea is like, makes me go, wow! And then it goes up to third chakra, and the third chakra says, well, you're not supposed to do that. That's bad. You're supposed to do it that way. So the third chakra is our sense of action, taking action on our dreams and desires. But this month isn't action time. It's dream time. It's dream time. What dream do I feel ripe for? And this is very important this month. We can have lots of dreams. Blanche Blacke has lots of ideas and lots of ideas and lots of dreams. Always coming up with ideas. But some ideas are ripe for planting and others are not. There's a right time and a place for what we want to make real in the world. We can have everything, but we only have in the physical world so much time, so much space. The physical world is limited by time and space. How much space and time for things. So Blanche had a difficult time yesterday because all these ideas are going and she put it all on one day. time and space, it was we won't use this word, cluster. And she's like, scrambling, no much time, but didn't plan well for the time and space for all of these things happening at once. Wonderful, it is the time, but there's only one day now, 1 month, 6 months, whatever. So when you have a dream or desire, what you want in life, you want to feel in your inner being what feels comfortable, what feels right for today, for the near future, for this time in my life, what is appropriate for me now, what feels comfortable. If there's fear, if there's frustration, if there's anger in the aura when we're thinking about an idea or a plan or a dream, or anxiety, well, it's not the right time to take an action on something. You don't want to force, you don't want to put the seed into the ground in the middle of winter when it's frozen. You want to have the right, the universe will show you. The universe will show you when it's right. Wow, it's a sign. We get signs from outside of us because, really, the universe was wanting everybody to have what they want. It's a wonderful way to think. Wow, the whole universe is conspiring with my energy vibration in this soup to attract to me what I'm ready for. What I'm ready for now. Another thing that stops people from really choosing is the fear of the future. Well, what if negative things? Or I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Well, no, this is now. This is now. We can choose 100% now because now is life. Now is life. Well, it feels good now. Like this wonderful woman I was working with this week in a session who she's loving this man and there's love happening and he's feeling it too and there's this love there. It's there. It's present. They both have a desire to connect and to be with one another. And there's this wonderful energy there. And she's afraid to love. Well, what if he does this in the future? What if that happens? All these negative things. Well, what if he doesn't love me back? And there's all this stuff. And Spirit's like, well, he does. He's feeling it now. He really is. And now's the time. And allow yourself to love 100%. Because now is life. Tomorrow isn't real. There's no tomorrow until it's today. There's no tomorrow until it's today. Well, is the love there? Yeah. Is it growing? Yeah. So what did she do? Break up with him. Out of fear. Well, what if he isn't really in love with me? Bam. She broke up. Trying to force life. And the angels are laughing, not at her, but with her. Do you feel the love? Does he feel it? Of course, he didn't believe her. And she said that, and he said, well, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. So the guidance from the angels were to call him up and apologize. Tell him you're afraid. Be vulnerable. I'm afraid my heart is loving you, and I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. And then the angels are saying, why are you projecting what you don't want? All of our what ifs are always what if negative things. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? What if that? And they're like, well, what if it works out better than I thought? If you're going to make something up, it might as well be something you want. Wow, wouldn't that be nice if it happened that way? So we can have a lot of ideas. As Earl was saying, we have a catalog. The world is our catalog. We can have anything we want. But what are we ripe for now? What are we ripe for now? And how do you know? It feels good. You feel relaxed. It feels joyful when you think about it. This is what seed I can plant. Are we still alive? This is the seed I can plant because I feel easy about it. It feels comfortable. And the thing is sometimes we're in relationship with others. We have others who we're dealing with in our work life, in our home life, in our relationships. Sometimes others want something of you that you're not ready for. Or you're wanting something from them that they're not ready for. And it's to really get a sense of the signs. I was teaching 4 new student practitioners into how to heal other people's chakra systems yesterday. And we were practicing the interview process where we're interviewing the person who needs help, trying to get a sense of how we can help. How we can raise the vibrations of the chakras to help, and training them on how to interview someone. How do you know when you have the right thing? How do you know it's right? So they're interviewing and they're interviewing. This one woman is like, trying to find the right intent, and she's like, You could see it in her face. And so I took over and like, okay, and we talked a little bit more time. And all of a sudden she went, wow! You can see her eyes light up. She was all happy and excited. The soul shows us. Her soul was zoning in on that's what we want to heal. And so I looked at my students and said, look at it. You gotta pay attention. See what's coming back at you. If you're offering something and someone's like, you don't want to force them. If somebody's offering you something that's like, you don't want to do it to please them. Wow, that feels good. That feels good. And so oftentimes in intimate relationships, you have difficulty because we both have different ideas, different things going on. We have to allow them and not feel bad about it. If there's a negotiation, well, what feels good to you? What feels good to you? And when everyone feels good, it's the right thing. Well, how does that feel to you? Well, that doesn't feel quite right. Well, what does feel right? How can we, what feels right for the whole universe? And how do you know the universe is helping? You get a clear sign. Like you're ready to take an action and something comes at you that aids you in this process. You're getting new ideas, you're running into help, people are offering, they're talking about the same things. Wow, there's alignment. This is what we call by vibrational alignment. There's alignment. There's others here. We are working together. We're creating this thing together because we all are together in this. Warren Buffett had a desire to own stocks and companies when he was 5 years old. How about that? And he followed his heart's desire. Wow, how can I do that? Well, in order to do that, I have to have money. In order to do what I want to do in my heart, this is what I want. At 5 years old. So he started selling the Washington Post. He became a paper boy at the age of, as soon as he could do that. Like 11, 12 years old. It was percolating in him. He couldn't have gone out and sold, this is what we're talking about, right. He couldn't have gone out and sold those newspapers at 5 years old, even though that's when he had the idea. Well, the time was ripe. When he was 11 or 12, he was allowed to do that. Then he went out and did that and sold the Washington Post and delivered the papers to these upscale neighborhoods who tipped him, and he became the best one, and he was making all this money at 11, 12 years old, and by the age of 16, he bought his first stocks. And now he owns the Washington Post. This is how we grow. But if you weren't born looking at the stock pages and weren't interested and not really interested, but your dad said, this is how you make money, this is how I will approve of you. How can the redwood grow in the ocean? The mangrove can grow there. So this month is really the dream state of who am I? What are my heart's desires? And how can I make them real in the world? What's my next step? Sometimes we're ready just to keep dreaming, and sometimes we're ready to plan. This is a planning month too. Okay, so if I have this dream, how can I make it real in the world? What's my first step in making it real? The problem that some people have also is that they want to figure out the whole plan to see if it's going to work. before they even take the first step. But taking the first step guides us into a new vista. And maybe we'll change our minds. Blanche Blacke became a healer, a spiritual healer, doing healing work, grew from that, from the child she had forgotten, refound it again at the age of 33. Because she had a desire to write music to heal the body. And she took steps in that direction, you see. But she never would have come to her teacher had she not done that. So action is important. Moving towards a dream, whether it becomes fully real or not, it doesn't matter. People are afraid to take a first action. But what if it fails? Well, who cares? I moved over here. Here I am now. Here I am now. Now what? Do I still have a desire to move in that direction? Or do I have a change of heart? Well, maybe I want to move in this direction instead. Well, that's okay. That's where my heart's leading me. Never ended up making that cassette tape. That's how long ago that was. Never ended up making it. Do I feel like a failure because I never ended up making that cassette tape, that dream and desire? Well, no. Because it led to my teacher. Who trained me and apprenticed in being who I already was. Dream this month, plan this month, decide, make choices on what's worth planting to make it real. We can enjoy the reality of the blossoming of our being. Be fulfilled, as Earl was saying, be fulfilled with who I am. Without having to prove anything to anyone else or get somebody else's love or eke it out of them or squeeze it out of them. No, this is who I am. They love me or not. If they love me, I want to learn how to receive it. Because I'm worthy of love, just for who I am. So right now we're going to energize the chakra system with sound. This is one of the techniques that I was taught by Joy Gardner Gordon, who is coming to the chakra shop, as a matter of fact. My teacher, Joy, is coming here to Chicago in May. So she'll be here doing some talks and workshops. So you want to breathe in deeply, feel the energy of the earth at your feet, and breathe in the color red at the base of your spine. And the sound for first chakra is eh. And we're going to make that sound 3 times. Vibrates up the second chakra. The color is orange. You want to imagine that color swirling just below your navel. Breathing in, the sound is O. Vibrates higher up to third chakra, right in the center of the being, the solar plexus. Color is yellow like the sun. You want to breathe in yellow, and the sound is Om, all stretched out. Moves up to heart chakra. The color is green. You want to feel that healing green in the heart, that love energy, bringing in love of self. The sound is Ah. Ah. that we've built up. We have our desires, our actions, our love, expressing it out into the world. The sound is ooh, like the color blue, like the sky entering the throat. Ooh. Vibrates up to 6th chakra. This is our imager. It's got 2 petals. Well, we imagine what we really want for our next step, the next creation that feels right now, our dream and desire, imaging that out, projecting it out, and then the universe sends us a sign when the right time to take an action is. So we image it out and get an intuition. Color purple, like a deep indigo bluish purple. The sound is This energy goes up, opens up the 7th chakra, like a lotus flower, connecting to the power of the cosmos. The light from the sun feeds our chakra system. It comes in with angelic energies, and the physical vibration of the sun's light comes in the crown and diffracts into the different colors through our crystal and bone structure. So the light comes in the crown. It's energy, it's pure energy. They call it source. The sound is E. Take that E sound and bring it down to 1st chakra. Take that source all the way down to physical being. E into A. Thank you for coming. Those who are physically here with us at the Chakra Shop, thank you for bringing your physical being here. So many of us aren't physicalizing much anymore. They're off in the dream state, communicating virtually, not connecting physically anymore. That kind of concerns Blanche Blacke in terms of humanity, because we're physical. We're meant to be physical, to be physically connected with one another and enjoying life and co-creating our dreams and desires. The spiritual energy and connecting spiritually is very important. It's part of the program. But we're in a body for a purpose. Enjoy being in yours. Have a wonderful month dreaming and creating in the imagination. Ready to plant the next month, and that's the time to take action. So, in the new moon of Aries. Namaste.
Namaste.
We want to, if you want to see all these snippets, you can go on our website at www.shakuraworld.org, SHAKURAWORLD.org, where you can find us on video. Namaste.
Namaste.